sometimes 96, depending on your screen. But things will look better on your screen and print terribly. You probably know that. So looking at this 72 pixel per inch image, what I've done is I've taken my original drawing of these squares, and I said, well, I really only need 72 pixels per inch, and so it expands to an 8.3 inch square image. So what's happening then is my 300 pixels, if I drag them out, I only need 72, then I get a much larger size. So if you are taking images on your camera in particular, the default now seems to be like 96 pixels per inch, but you get a 48 inch image from a phone. So if you want to print that image, you can go into Photoshop, say I need it to be 300. It will take your pixels, shrink them down, and then make something that will print at like a 9 by 12. So these numbers are relational, but you can also play with those. So what I want to do then is I just want to jump in, look at some of these images. I want to introduce you to a program called Adobe Bridge. What it is an image management browser. So it allows you to look through your images with thumbnails. And so we're going to use that just so we can get a handle on what we have. You can go up to the Spotlight search if it's not on your bar at the bottom of the screen and just type in Bridge. Should be Adobe Bridge 2018. If you double click on that, it will bring up this browser. So I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Bridge using images, but you can use this to manage all of your files in your computer. So you could also use it to browse through PDFs or presentations, whatever you store. So if you open up Bridge, you should see either the labs or the desktop. Depending on where you put your files, I'm going to click on desktop, because I know I have my Intro to Photoshop file there. And then from here, you can open up sample images. So there's a lot of windows going on in Bridge, but you can see that these are just the thumbnails of the same images you were looking at on the screen. If they're too small, there's a small slider bar in this bottom right. There's a triangle down here, and if you click and drag that to the right, it will enlarge those images. And if you click on one of those images, you should see a lot of metadata show up on the right-hand side. This is another way that you can check the file properties of your image. So again, if you need more information about your file, if you don't know the resolution, if you don't know the size, Adobe Bridge also gives you a really good way to view that information about your files. The basic information that we were looking for before is up here at the top. It shows you that this is 3,600 pixels by 2,700 pixels. It's a 3 megabyte file. It's 300 pixels per inch. It talks about the speed of the film that my digital camera was using. It tells you what kind of camera I was using to take this photo, the date I took it, the last time I modified it. It translates the dimension into inches for you if you need that. And then there are a number of other menus that come up underneath it. These are ways that you can also tag your files. So if you are taking a lot of photographs for personal projects or for research projects or some other project, then you can go through, select a number of images, and then put information, text, into the image file. And this is significant if you need to find them again. So unless you're very good at organizing, you always have your photos in folders within folders within folders that will allow you to find them again, then you can go through here, and I think some of these might be tagged of mine, and click on what is called the pt3 core data. And all of these fields that have what I think might be a tiny pencil next to them, you can modify. So in here I have this image tagged Antigua, Guatemala, Cathedral San Jose. So if I were to go to my computer and search San Jose, I'm going to pull up this photo in that search. Like I said, if you're working with a number of images going forward, this is really key to do early on. You can also add copyright to your images using Bridge, which is great if you are putting original work online on a website of some kind, so that if someone